That's the intro. Welcome in, episode 5, Mot Sports. My name is Colin Gratton. I'm here with my co-host, Zachary Anderson Esquivel. How we doing, Zach, on this wonderful Thursday evening?
I'm doing all right, man. Just
Doing
another
good.
day in the life. Another day in the life.
Heard that. Today, we're going to be talking about some college basketball. It's March Madness. March is finally here. What we've been waiting for all year. It's the best time of the year when we talk about some college basketball. Digging into, starting to dig a little bit into teams we like as the tournament approaches. And then we're going to talk about the UFC 272 card that is Saturday night, this Saturday. So, yeah, we got some things to cover. So first, we'll start with some college basketball. And this past weekend, we had, I think it was the first time ever, we had the top 6 teams all lose in the same day. We had, Gonzaga, we had Arizona, we had Kansas, we had Purdue, we had Auburn, and who was the last team that lost? We had Kentucky. Kentucky lost to Arkansas. So we had 6 teams all lose in the same day for the first time ever. And, I mean, if that doesn't scream March, I don't know what does. Kind of gives us a little preview of what the tournament's going to be looking like, and I'm excited for it. I know you are too. We'll get started here. I'm going to open up a screen here, and we're going to talk about some teams that we like. So first, kick things off, here's a picture of the top 25 right now. So nothing really changed after those games over the weekend. We had Gonzaga remaining at number 1, even though they lost on the road to St. Mary's. Tough environment for them. St. Mary's is a really older style team. Going to be a sleeper of mine in March, depending on who they play. Got Arizona still remaining number 2. Baylor 3 and Duke 4. That's going to be the 1 seed right now in the projected brackets, but a lot can change here in the next week as we get into the conference tournaments. Out of those 4 top seeds, Zach, who do you not want to see right now? I mean, all 4, they've all been, pretty hot all year. They're about 24 and 25 wins apiece. What team do you not want to see out of those 4?
Man, given the current landscape, I would probably say the Wildcats. And
Arizona, I agree.
I say that because I feel like they're, well-rounded. They seem like they're deep, and they just play well, man. Like, they play hard, they play well, and I feel like no team wants to see Arizona.
Yeah, Pac-12 is definitely stronger this year with Arizona. We got USC. We've got UCLA. They're creeping. I mean, they're 17th right now. And Oregon's been playing some pretty good ball. I like Washington State as a little sleeper in the Pac-12 tournament. Hopefully they can win some games.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Pac-12 is a little bit better. I mean, usually they're the weaker conference, but I think Arizona is cream of the crop of that conference. And the team I don't want to see, Benedict Mathurin, really good guard, going to go in the lottery next year. He can get you 25 and 5 any night. They got Tubulis, a big Lithuanian center. He can get you 16 and 10, no big deal. And they got just talent. They're athletic. And they got a coach who was at Gonzaga for 20 years. He was their assistant for 20 years under Mark Few. This is his first year at Arizona. I mean, they're number 2. I like them a lot this year in the tournament. I think they're an Elite 8 team and better for sure, depending on who they draw in their bracket. They'll probably be out of San Diego in that region. So they're going to be close to home and hard to beat. I like them a lot. A team I don't want to see right now is Duke. I mean, they're blowing teams out. They just blew out Pittsburgh last weekend. They blew out Syracuse at Syracuse. Coach K's final year. I mean, we all know what that means. They're all going to play really hard for each other. Paolo Banchero arguably could be the number 1 overall pick. They've got Trevor Keels, good point guard, built like a linebacker, 6'3", 210, just runs downhill at you. And they got Mark Williams, a good rim protector, which Duke hasn't really had in a while, but he can block 3 to 4 shots a game. And really just keep them in it defensively. I like Duke a lot. A team I do not want to see in March is them. If they're hitting their shots and they're playing good defense with the inspiration from Coach K, they're going to be hard to beat.
I like that pick. I really do because, like you said, it's Krzyzewski's last year, so you got to feel like they're going to ball out for him. And, I mean, he could go off in the sunset, and come away with a title. You never know.
Never know, right? I mean, the only thing that scares me is the ACC is not the best. I mean, you got them, you got UNC. Who else we got? Miami. I actually really like Miami this year. I think they're gonna be a Sweet 16 sleeper of mine. They got some good senior guards and Wong and Kristen McGusty. They can hit some good threes. Miami is well coached. Jim Larinaga always got them guys prepared. I like Miami in the ACC. Make a little bit of a run in the ACC tournament next week. But as we look here, we'll talk about who's on the 2 line right now. So we got Auburn, Kansas, Kentucky, and I'd probably give Wisconsin the edge over Purdue just because they won the other night at Kohl Center for that number 2 seed. Wisconsin could arguably work their way up to a 1 seed if they win the Big Ten tournament. I like Auburn. I like them a lot. Only thing I worry about Auburn is a little bit of youth. And, I mean, yeah, they have Jabari Smith. He's a good guy. He can go get you 20. But that defense scares me a little bit. Walker Kessler down low. If you get him in foul trouble, you can really score on them pretty easily. They do have good guards. They can hit a lot of threes. Bruce Pearl's a good coach. I think they're going to creep their way back up into the 1 if we see Baylor lose in the Big 12 tournament to like a Texas or a Kansas. I think they could creep their way back up, and Kansas could also creep their way back up. But I believe they're losing to TCU right now, so I think Kansas is going to be on that 2-3 line. I like Kentucky a lot. Oscar Tshiebwe probably going to win the NCAA Player of the Year. 20 and 15 walking double-double, easy. He's a load down low. And, I mean, Coach Cal finally has a veteran team with Kylan Grady transferring from Davidson. And they got Ty Washington, good point guard. They got some other guys, too, who can shoot threes. Kentucky's a team I don't want to see. Now with Tshiebwe, that's a guy that you can just feed down low, and he can win you games by himself. I really like Kentucky. If they win the SEC, I wouldn't be shocked if they're a 1 seed as well. So we got a lot of teams here, 1 through 8, that can be a 1 seed. All depends on what happens in the conference tournament this week. And then last on the 2 line, probably going to go Wisconsin here. So Wisconsin, they got Johnny Davis, going to be Big Ten Player of the Year. Greg Gard, Coach of the Year, probably. They got Davis, they got Wall, they got Brad Davison, a 5th-year senior, a guy I don't want to see in the tournament. He could always hit a big shot. Chucky Hepburn, who did hit a big shot to beat Purdue the other night, hit a 3 with 3 seconds left to win them the Big Ten regular season title. Wisconsin scrappy. It's going to be all about who they play in the tournament. I can see them maybe getting out early if a team really limits Johnny Davis. If you got an on-ball defender that can just lock him up, I don't see another option they can go to on that team that can win them the game like he can. And he's been carrying that team all year. But, yeah, that's going to be who's on my 2 line right now is Wisconsin's going to be that last team. All depends on the Big Ten tournament, though.
Right, exactly.
So here, we'll share. Speaking of Big Ten, we'll go over to standings right now. This conference has been up and down all year. So here we go. We got the Big Ten standings right here. As you can see, Wisconsin is number 1 with that win against Purdue 2 nights ago. Illinois just beat Penn State tonight, so they're going to be number 2. Purdue is sitting at number 3, 13-6. If they beat IU Saturday, they'll move up to the number 2 seed in the Big Ten tournament, probably. That game's going to be a big rivalry here in Indiana with IU winning the first game, and IU needs to win, too, to get in. Iowa's playing Michigan right now. I believe they're winning. Yep, they're up by 10, as you can see up here. and Kansas is up too as well. But yep, we got Iowa 4 seed. Iowa sneaky. Keegan Murray 22-10. Jordan Bohannon 6th year senior. He's 23 years old. He's I think the oldest college player in NCAA right now. But he's been there 6 years. Yeah, 6-year senior. He's been there since 2016. Imagine that.
Jeez. That's quite a while, man.
That's a long time.
Oh yeah.
Iowa sneaky. Big Ten. I mean, we put out some good teams. We got Ohio State sitting at 5. EJ Liddell. We got some other guys that can play for them, but I don't see Ohio State doing much. They just lost to Nebraska. Who'd they beat tonight? They squeaked by. They beat us tonight. They beat our Spartans tonight. Yeah, we're not going to be that good in the tournament this year. But we got Rutgers. Rutgers the last team, or sorry, Michigan's going to be the last team in. But Rutgers, I like what Rutgers is doing. They've won a lot of games down the stretch here. They just beat IU at IU on senior night last night off a Ron Harper 3 with 3 seconds to go. I just
seen that. That was nasty.
Yeah, dude. He can play. They got Caleb McConnell, lockdown defender. Paul Mukei, point guard. He can hit you 10, 5, and 5. I like Rutgers a lot. I think they're a sleeper going down the stretch here. I think they can steal some games in the Big Ten tournament too. Then we got Michigan, Michigan State, both 10-8, both down years for our Michigan teams. I think we'll squeak in based on, the Big Ten being so stacked here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams with 10+ wins. I think if Michigan beats Iowa tonight, they're definitely in. If not, they're going to have to win one more game down the stretch against one of these top 7 teams in order to get in. But Michigan's a team that can get hot at any given moment. We've seen it before.
True, and that's the frustrating thing about them being a Michigan fan.
I know. And same thing with State. We have good players, but we don't have like a go-to scorer. I know Michigan's got Hunter Dickinson, but you got a guy that can lock him up. Who else is going to win the game for you? We're both struggling with the same identity, I guess. What's our identity? All these teams up here, they know their identity. Purdue, Jaden Ivey, Zach Edey, Travion Williams. You got Illinois, Kofi Coburn, Curbelo, Plummer, and Grandison can hit threes. Wisconsin, Johnny Davis, and good shooting. You got Iowa, Keegan Murray, Ohio State, you got EJ Liddell. These guys all have go-to 20-point per game scores, and our teams just don't. So that's why I think we're going to struggle in the tournament this year. If we get, I think, as of right now, and the projections, we're projected to play Miami. And I would give Miami the edge over Michigan State right now. I like Miami's senior guards. I like what they're doing down there. And I think they're running the ACC tournament. Yeah, that's going to be that's my coverage of the Big Ten there. If anything you want to add.
I was going to say I'm interested to see if Michigan can get in, because a couple brackets I've been looking at recently from, the analysts, Minardi, those other guys, saying they're in right now, but they'd be like an 11 seed. Is that what you're thinking?
I can pull it up right now, what the actual seeding is going to be. But, yeah, they're going to be on the 10-11 line, I would guess. Let me pull that up. One moment.
But, yeah, me being a Michigan fan, well, Michigan and Texas, of course, but Michigan fan, and this, since we're talking about Big Ten, I guess I'm interested to see if, they can actually secure one of those last spots in order to get into the tournament.
And honestly, you see Memphis, Indiana over here with the play-in game. So they got Indiana as a play-in game. They got Michigan over here against LSU as a they got them in right now, but they got the arrow trending down. So
they're pretty much bubble territory.
Very, very bubble territory. As we scroll up to the top here, it does give us that they are the last 4 byes, and then we got the last 4 in. So they actually are in better position than Rutgers and Indiana, being higher than them. Well, no, Rutgers was higher than them in the Big Ten. I'd probably give the edge to Rutgers, but I don't know what their head-to-head is against Rutgers. Maybe that's what gives Michigan the edge. But they got them right here as the last 4 byes. But I think if they lose to Iowa tonight at home, that will put them over to the last 4 in or 4 out. So they're very on the bubble right now. They need to win some games down the stretch to secure their spot, which I believe they have the talent to do so. It's just Big Ten's tough, man. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So if they come out and throw a dud up against Penn State, throw up a dud against Minnesota, Maryland, I mean, they're going to be out if they lose to any one of those teams in the Big Ten tournament. Yeah, as we
Right.
see, we got, I think I saw Michigan State. Yeah, they had Michigan State playing Miami. Michigan State is a 7 seed. Miami is a 10. I would give Miami the edge on that. I think Miami-Auburn is what we would see over here. And then Auburn would obviously win here. And I think Auburn takes Villanova here. So Auburn would be my Elite 8 team out of this region right here, this little region. But yeah, I just don't think either of us will get by the first weekend, to be honest with you, man. It's just not our year. And that's okay. That's like the home game. Madison. Yeah, an hour away there. Hey, take your take out, pausing the yeah. Anyway, as we keep going. Here we go. So yeah, Kansas is 1 seed, Arizona is 1 seed. I don't think I put Baylor as 1 there. I would probably move Duke above Baylor, but tournaments week. I'll go over that right now to see what we're gonna be looking at. So in the next week we've got the Big East. Next week we've got ACC, also 8th through the 12th. So we got a lot of college basketball coming up here to decide seedings, decide March Madness, all that stuff, all the brackets. So we're probably going to hold an episode Tuesday the 15th, I believe. We'll hold an episode then to give you guys a taste about what we're feeling for brackets. We're going to do a bracket live show with the results of all these and kind of go through step by step, game by game. But we got SEC 9th through the 13th, and then we got the Big Ten here, also 9th through the 13th. So we got a lot of college basketball coming our way in the next week, which is a good time to be a fan. We're really excited for it. We're going to try to cover the big games for you and give you guys a little taste of what we're thinking. Anything intrigue you for what we're going to be, what's going to be in store for us here? Oh, he's still muted. There we go. All right. Well, Zach seemed to have left with some technical difficulties, but I'll just keep covering some basketball for us. All right. So here we go. I'll talk about some SEC teams that I like here. Actually, I'll pull up that bracket again because I like that. I like that graphic a lot. So here we go. Got this graphic here. So who I like out of the West, Gonzaga, obviously against them. Alcorn State or New Orleans. You got Colorado State versus Xavier. Probably give the edge to Xavier. They're a good team out of the Big East. They've got Nunji transfer from Iowa. They've also got Zach Fremantle. He's a good guard. He can get you 15 points if you need it. And I mean, I like Colorado State too. I think that's going to be a tough game to decide. Flip of a coin with that 8-9 matchups like they usually are. You got South Dakota State versus Houston. Give me Houston. And UCLA, Toledo. Give me UCLA. All right, he's back. His mic is not connected, so that's anyway. Hey Zach, just feel free to let me know if you can hear me at any time. Got LSU, Michigan. I like LSU out of the SEC. They got some good guards. They had 18 offensive rebounds against Arkansas the other night, so we know they can rebound the ball. Really like what they're doing down there, and I think SEC is probably the second best conference behind the Big Ten. So it's a pretty good matchup here between the 6 and 11. Them in Michigan, Texas Tech. I like what they're doing too out of the Big 12. I think LSU can take them in the next round. I don't think Texas Tech's as strong as they have been in recent years. We got Marquette, San Fran. Man, that's a senior-led team in San Fran versus a freshman-led team in Marquette. I'm going to take the seniors in that one. Give me San Fran, the good team out of the WCC. They gave Gonzaga a good run for their money. They've given St. Mary's a good run for their money as well out of that conference. I like San Fran as a sleeper going into March. And in the right setting, they could give Purdue a good scare here. Looks like Purdue's going to be playing here in Indianapolis, so they'll have the home crowd behind them. But yeah, give me Purdue in that game. I like Purdue a lot going into March. I think they can easily make it to the Elite Eight in this region right here between all these teams. They're better than all these teams. And we'll see in the Big Ten tournament how well they do against Wisconsin, see if they can finally beat them. Wisconsin is 2-0 against them this year. That's why I think Wisconsin should be the 2 seed over them. But it's all about regions where they're going to be playing. So right here, we got Kansas. Kansas is going to be – this is an easy matchup for them between Seton Hall and Wyoming. Give me Kansas easy to make it to the Sweet 16 out of that little region there. We got I love the Arkansas Hogs. Them versus Illinois is going to be a really good matchup here. I lean Arkansas. I like their guards. I like Jalen Williams against Kofi Coburn. That'd be a really good matchup that we would like to see. I lean Arkansas there, but that's also a toss-up with the game being in Milwaukee that they're predicting. You would think Illinois fans will travel for that, so that's going to be a tough environment for Arkansas to get a win. But they've been getting wins in tough environments all year. Won't be anything new for them. JD Note is a really good guard you guys should get to know. He will score you 25 like it's no big deal. We got Ohio State, Wake. Give me Ohio State in that one. Even though they've been down, they just lost to Nebraska. They did just beat Michigan State tonight to get back in that win column. I like them a lot. We got Villanova. They'll beat whoever the winner is out of Ohio State and Wake, I think. I think Villanova versus Auburn over here. I think Auburn takes care of Miami or MSU. Then like I said earlier, give me Auburn over Nova to make it to the Elite Eight. Now over here is where it gets interesting. We got Kentucky versus Jacksonville State, Kentucky in the Indy region, which is pretty close to Kentucky. So we're going to see some fans travel for that. And then we got Iowa State versus UNC. I'm going to take a UNC in that battle. Kentucky, UNC over here. That's going to be a really good game. You got Baycott versus Tshiebwe. Both big men, both 15 and 15 type guys. It's going to be all about guard play. North Carolina can hit threes just as well as Kentucky. So I would probably lean, if you're feeling a little bit of upset, I would lean to UNC in that matchup out of those. Then you got Wisconsin, Texas State. I didn't even know Texas State was a good team. Looks like they are if they're going to make the tourney. Give me Wisconsin easy there. Creighton USC is interesting. You got Creighton out of the Big East. Ryan Kalkbrenner's a really good big, 6'10". Averages 15 and 10 a game. I like Ryan Kalkbrenner. USC, they have Isaiah Mobley. They've got Boogie Ellis. Drew Peterson can hit threes. USC's got the experience. They got the seniors. They got the juniors. Give me USC there. But give me Wisconsin to make it out of here with that Milwaukee crowd, giving them the edge against USC in this round here. So I think we're going to see a Wisconsin-UNC potential over here. And right, this is just predictions, guys. So like a lot of this is going to change. Over here, we got Providence, Chattanooga. Didn't know Chattanooga was a good team. Looks like they are. Providence is a very good team. Very good team. probably been the surprise out of the Big East right now. Them being a 4 seed is disrespectful, I believe. They will feed off that. They are not a 4 seed. They should be a 3 seed easy. They've beaten good teams all year. They're 24-3. There's no way that they don't get out of here and make it to the Sweet 16. Texas has been underwhelming all year. I think a 5 seed is way too generous for them. So I like Ionia to beat Texas here. Ionia, they beat Alabama. They've given good games against top competition all year. Rick Pitino is their coach. Great tournament resume. Give me Ionia versus Providence over here. Nice little homecoming for Rick Pitino because he used to coach Providence before he went to Louisville. But give me Providence to make the Sweet 16 here. We got TCU, Boise State. I'm going to get TCU. They play Big 12 teams, tougher conference. They just beat Kansas last week. Good team. Mike Miles Jr., good guard. They've got some good players in TCU. Very athletic, very low-key. I think they're going to give Arizona a good scare here. But I think Arizona will prevail and beat Providence to make the Elite Eight down here. So I think I like Arizona, and I like probably give the edge to Wisconsin out of here as of now with that game being played in Milwaukee. You got up here, you got Duke versus Iowa potential over here, but don't sleep on Davidson. Davidson's a very good team. Very good guards. They got Foster Lawyer, transfer from Michigan State. He can hit good shots. He will be very familiar with Iowa and how they play. The only thing with Iowa is I don't think Davidson has an answer for Keegan Murray, guy who averages 20 and 10. Jordan Bohannon, like I said, 6-year senior. That experience will come into play. This game is in Greenville, which is in South Carolina, closer to Davidson than Iowa. So I think this is a toss-up here. I think under the right circumstances, I will pick Davidson in some of my brackets, but I wouldn't be surprised either one wins. I think Duke takes care of either one, but I like Davidson. I like that Duke-Davidson rematch right here in Greenville. We got St. Mary's versus the Memphis, Indiana play-in. So Memphis, as of right now, they're looking like a play-in with their freshman, Penny Hardaway, as their coach. I like them to beat IU. I think IU's been disappointing all year. I don't see how Trace Jackson Davis has an answer for Jalen Duren, who's going to be a top 5 pick. Give me Duren and Memphis, and then give me that's tough. St. Mary's, Memphis is very difficult. Give me Memphis to beat St. Mary's, though, if Amani Bates and Jalen Duren are on their game. But can't argue with St. Mary's experience. They've got like 24-year-olds on their team. I don't know how, but they do. And I like St. Mary's to that's a tough one. Only St. Mary's right now. St. Mary's, Tennessee. I think Tennessee beats St. Mary's. I think Tennessee is going to beat any of these teams. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tennessee, Memphis over here as well. But yeah, give me Tennessee out of that one. Then we got Bama, Rutgers, San Diego State. I'm going to pick Rutgers there to beat San Diego State. And then I'm going to pick Rutgers to beat Bama. I really like what Rutgers has been doing down the stretch. They've been getting good wins against Purdue. They won against Michigan State. They won against Wisconsin at Wisconsin. They went down to the wire with Wisconsin going to Rutgers as well. They did just beat IU on senior night. Rutgers is a team I don't want to see right now. They got guys that can guard. They got guys that can shoot. Very good experience. They're all juniors. So, yeah, give me Rutgers here. And then, obviously, give me Uconn here. Not sleeping on Vermont at all. Just Uconn's been very good all year. They've got good rebounding guards. They've got good center. They're a good scoring team. And then Murray State, Notre Dame. I'm going to get Murray State there. I like Murray State. They're undefeated in the OVC. They've got good talent. They've got a guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he averages 20 a game. I know Notre Dame's got Blake Wesley, good freshman, averages 15 a game. But give me Murray State there. I like what Murray State's been doing. And then give me Baylor to beat Murray State there in the next round. And then to beat I'll probably get UConn the edge over Rutgers right now. So Baylor to make the Elite Eight out of that one. But yeah, as of right now, these are the last 4 buys, last 4 in, first 4 out, next 4 out. So as you can see here, we got a lot of teams all fighting for those last few spots. There's going to be a lot of change coming around here in the next couple days. So I just wanted to give you a little run through of who I like, some players I like, and teams I like. As we get closer to March, doesn't look like Zach's going to be joining us for the UFC portion of the show. So yeah, I'll end there with the NCAA predictions and whatnot. And as we get more in next week with an actual bracket, we'll go through game by game, talk about the matchups, talk about who we like and who we don't like, and we'll fill out a bracket together. And then you guys can take our picks, use them however you want, whatever you think is right. But yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll get Connor back in here, we'll get Zach back in here, and we'll discuss some games, and we'll have some results from the tournaments, and then we'll have tournaments going on through next weekend. So, yeah, thanks for joining in. Mot Sports. Always love talking with you guys, and yeah, have a good night.